And what were your favorite boner bears from August? Nope. What were your favorite picks from August? Do boner bears have a thing with August?
I don't know. The top 10 boner bears from August.
It's time for the best metal albums of August. Welcome into Forge Master Metal Reviews, the place where you can get the most out of your metal.
August was a jam-packed month. We want to hear what you guys have been listening to, so drop that shit in the comments. While you're doing that, though, hit that like button for us. Really helps us out. Spread this video to new fans.
Let's stare into the abyss, Forge Masters, and let's get into our favorite metal albums from August. German post-black metalers Agrypnie have released an absolutely epic masterpiece with their 6th full-length album, Metamorphosis. This record came out early in August on AOP Records. I've got to say that as a photographer, I love the decision to go with a still image on this cover. This is a beast of a record though, at 11 tracks at an hour and 8 minutes. It is well paced, however, and there is a lot of movement on the record, and at times it really does feel very cinematic with those post influences really sticking out.
I thought this was a really good album, totally unique vocal style, especially in the black metal sound. I did have one gripe, and maybe it's just because of my producer ears. The cymbals were super crispy. They were kind of loud in the mix, and it just hurt my ears a little bit. Minor, people probably won't really notice that, but I did.
I'm not sure it begs for a lot of revisits because it's an album that you really want to consume as a whole piece, and it is monstrous. Despite that, I have to give it a score of 4.6 Changing Adventurers.
Between the Buried and Me, Colors 2 released August 20th on Sumerian Records. Talk about hype, guys. BT Bam's follow-up sequel to 2007's Colors, which they describe as new wave polka grunge. I'm not sure if that was a joke or if that's actually real, but either way, it fucking slays. Separated by 14 years and 5 full lengths, the band did a really fantastic job making part 2 of Colors feel as much Terminator 2 was to Terminator. Production feels smooth and buttery. Every instrument is just crystal clear, and the band knows how to make those compositions pop just like they did in Colors. Between the Buried and Me know how to also hit the listener perfectly with that total mindfuck trippiness. The album just sits over 80 minutes, and honestly, it felt like a saga to listen to, but I wasn't really bored.
It is an epic sequel, but I really think it's one of their best records to date. They are truly the progressive metal band of our time. This is album of the year material for sure.
The dedication on this record's completely staggering to me. It's great to see these boys return to form and completely kill it. 4.8 out of 5 prismatic lights.
If you watched our latest episode of Underground Spotlight, first of all, thank you if you did. Second of all, you will recognize this next pick, Groza, the Redemptive End. This anonymous German quartet is pushing the boundaries of post-black metal. The Redemptive End has all the qualities I love about black metal and melodic death. There are musical passages of hopeful triumph contrasted by tension, despair, and loss.
Super killer record. I'll echo my statement again that I made last week, and that is I feel like these guys are carrying the torch where Magua unfortunately left off and just haven't been able to hit it. Groza can.
It's not a perfect record, but there's definitely a lot of potential for this band as they discover their footing and move away from they sound just like Magua thing. You know, they're finding their own footing. The Redemptive End gets a score of 4.5 Redeemed Souls.
Wolves in the Throne Room, Primordial Arcana, released August 20th on Relapse Records. Wolves in the Throne Room confuse me with their ability to rope the people in who don't like metal. I knew so many fans in the hipster, I guess, scene that just love this band, and I've never quite understood it. But you know what? Good for them. Do you guys know why that is? Let us know in the comments below. Out of all the nature-worshipping atmospheric black metal bands, Wolves in the Throne Room deserve this recognition because of the Weaver brothers' ability to just go for that personal touch that they've done on in the visuals. Their visuals outside of the music are completely dedicated to this brand, and you can tell that it just elevates them a little bit more than all the other black metal bands that are trying to do this. The production on the record is easily my favorite though, out of all of their discography. They've embraced more power in the mix, and thank fucking God. Keeping that organic feel though, and giving the songs more clarity between all of those instruments, awesome.
Yeah, I cannot believe the atmosphere on this record. I really would like to echo your sentiment of thank you for going this route and the production. It's truly stunning. The record as a whole, this is the first album that I feel like I've really connected with this band. Album of the year material, again, right here.
The album deserves to be listened to on headphones on a woodland lock. Primordial Arcana is my favorite in their entire discography. I'm going to give it a 4.4 out of 5 magic staffs.
For nearly 17 years, Texas-based Krigsgrav have been staying flexible with their unique take on black metal. Their independently released record, The Sundering, was put out early this month and really deserves a spot here. The Sundering is a super diverse mashup of our favorite extreme genres, charred to blackened perfection. The production on this record is perfect for the genre, maintaining a balance of crisp fidelity with a genuine live feel. There's really no middle ground for melodic death these days. You're either doing it right or you're in the garbage pit. I think these guys are doing it very well.
I totally agree, and I love that this was a concept album encompassing the devastation of Galveston, Texas in 1900. That's just such a weird thing for a band to latch onto. Granted, they're from there, so I guess it makes total sense. You mentioned the production though, and these guys just nail it. They fit alongside all of those bands that are trying to do the whole black metal, melodic death doom, sad boy thing. You know we love those sad boy vibes. Killer record.
Yep, my score for The Sundering is 4.6 devastated cities.
Unrequited Beautiful Ghosts, released August 13th on Prophecy Productions. Ridiculously prolific. Unrequited are back with a tight 42 minutes of gorgeous shoegazy black metal on the positive side. This album embraces a bit, like I said, more positivity in the sound, showcasing ghost-like beauty all over the tracks. Weird, because that's the album name. The album flows perfectly between songs, keeping a consistent narrative within each track, invoking gorgeous ambience with electronic elements, just elevating that music even further. The production on Beautiful Ghosts, though, feels slightly elevated from their previous records, and that was a welcome addition compared to albums like Empathica and Mosaic 2. Mosaic 1 and Stars Wept to the Sea are still my favorite records by far, but Beautiful Ghosts is kind of starting to creep up there for me.
Yeah, I think this might be my favorite record by them. It's just very genuine. It's very heartfelt. A lot of times when I listen to this band, I miss vocal melodies, although they're kind of doing like a vocal shout or line or something like that. I usually miss hearing words, but on this one, not so much. I actually really quite liked what they were doing.
Love the sidestep of the whole positivity thing injected into that grim world that the band does. Gonna give this a 4.2 out of 5 gorgeous specters.
Gorgeous Spectre. Damn, that Spectre's looking good.
Yeah, I want to tap that specter.
Deafheaven is yet another American black metal band that has been nimble with their interpretations of extreme music. Their latest record, Infinite Granite, released on Daymare Recordings, is a large step away from the extreme. The black metal parts on this album are very few and far between, but I wouldn't entirely write this off as a non-metal album. Deafheaven, I feel, has truly found something unique and sincere with Infinite Granite, and while the elitists have long turned their backs on the band, I am happy to embrace this new and beautiful Deafheaven. The atmosphere is unbeatable. I love the decision to go with lean singing and really roping in those black gaze influences.
Honestly, these guys did pull a total Alcest here, and they just made a shoegaze album, and it's fucking awesome. I love that their vocalists also learned to sing. That is not easy to say, hey, my band's growing. I'm gonna try and do something new and just learn to sing. Biggest critique, though, is I feel like they went completely far towards shoegaze. I do feel like for Deafheaven's next record, they can pull back in some of those Blackened influences, not even necessarily with the vocals, but just with some intensity, we would avoid some of the sameness on the record.
Yeah, I do miss a lot of the intensity, but this, I think, might be one of their best records. It begs for repeat listens. Actually, I'm going to give this one 4.8 Transcending Beings, which means this is album of the year material for me.
Ben's transcended. Bonehunter, Dark Blood, Reincarnation. What does that even mean? Released August 20th on Hell's Headbangers Records. I just discovered Bonehunter on this 4th album in their discography, and holy shit, how have I missed this fucking band? For those unfamiliar, Bonehunter have a brand of crusty, gross, punk blackened thrash that is just freaking amazing. They apparently inject well-endowed bears and boners into their album artwork, which is sort of brilliant since it's like playing Where's Waldo with crust punk. Just over 40 minutes in runtime, this album is a frenzied madness of killer riffs and attitude. There's some awesome black metal moments too, where they're kind of embracing some stuff from the Immortal Handbook in terms of songwriting. There's some sick guitar solos, embracing old school psychedelic rock at times.
Yeah, man, this was a really great find. I love the gross guitar tone. It just really fits in with the whole crust punk atmosphere. There are some wicked riffs on here. Definitely worth checking out.
I had a blast with this record. Check it out, give it a shot. This isn't album of the year material, but it's fucking awesome. 4.1 out of 5 Boner Bears.
What were your favorite picks from August? Be sure to leave some links down below in the comments, and if you haven't yet, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you're new.
Go with the gods, Forge Masters, light the torch, and brave those storms. We'll see you guys next time.